This was a time before civilization, before man became magic, before man learned to make tools that tamed the world instead of yielding to it. Life was still raw. Cale had lived many seasons. He couldn't say how many, only that there had been a great many. Maybe 100, maybe more. It was hard to count seasons. Some stretched on so long they felt like lifetimes. Others changed so quickly it was hard to tell if they'd even been real. He had traveled his whole life, always following the herds. Some lands had only one long, warm season, those were kind. Others were cursed with only cold. He survived those, but barely. The best places had 4 seasons. You could trust the cold to leave and the warmth to bloom. And when the flowers came, they sang with color later. The wind would warn you, get ready. The cold was coming again, those were the good places. He wasn't in one of those now. Where Cale stood now, there were only 2 seasons. A short warmth and a long cold. And the cold was here. Back when he had only lived a handful of seasons, the elders told him they were living through the Second Great War. It already lasted 24,000 seasons. The first had lasted 300,000. These numbers meant nothing to Cale. They were too large. No one could remember 24,000 seasons. Cale could barely remember 20. His early memories were fuzzy and likely false. He remembered being small, weak, but the last person to call him weak he had fought and killed. What? 50, 80 seasons ago. So maybe he had never been weak. Maybe those were someone else's memories. Counting seasons was like chasing smoke. He often lost track around 30. He wished there were a way to make thoughts real, to trap them in something he'd seen cave paintings once. Images of wild beasts, burned and carved into stone. The elder had sung and made them move, dance across the wall like memory turned to flame. That was magic. He had seen magic, he just didn't have it. Few did. Cale was on patrol in the mountains with his tribe, a search and protect party. They were scouting for trolls, not real trolls. Cale knew that, but everyone still called them that. The truth was worse. These beings were something else. They walked like men, but breathed like stone. Broad back, thick brow, draped in fur like winter had claimed them as its own. They didn't speak like men. They hummed low and deep, like the earth before a quake. Some said they talked to mountains. Others said they were mountains. Cale and his brother Druck were walking near the ridge, slightly ahead of the others. They weren't supposed to be, but Druck had wanted a better look. Cale followed. The edge gave out beneath them. It wasn't a fall. It was a slide. A long one. The ridge faded above. The patrol wouldn't come in their world. A fall meant death or being broken, and broken didn't bring rescue. Only death. Cale spotted a ledge thick with frost-covered plants. If they caught it, they might survive. They could climb their way back. He looked over to Druck, who was laughing. Druck always flirted with death, and death always flirted back, but at a distance. Cale yelled, pointing to the ledge. Druck heard him. Barely he knelt, balancing as he slid. He was grinning, playing for him. Danger was a game waiting to be tamed. Cale hated that grin and loved it too. Druck rose, briefly, steady on his feet, and pointed further down slope, more ledges. A path down. His technique, Cale had to admit, was clever. Others might learn to slide like that one day, maybe even enjoy it. Cale stood too, using his brother's trick. He breathed relief when he saw the route down, then he saw the cliff. Druck was drifting off course. Cale screamed, pointed Druck's brow, furrowed. Realization hit him too late. He jumped, trying to right his path. Then panic overtook him. Cale saw it. Real panic. The first time. Druck lost control. He spun, tumbled. Cale grabbed vines, rocks, anything to slow his descent. He slammed into the ledge, elbow bloodied, shoulder aching but alive. Just in time to see Druck vanish over the edge. Arms flailing, eyes wide, mouth open. Then gone. Cale did not think he moved. He climbed, scrambled, skidded down slope like a creature on fire. His hands bled, his knees scraped. He did not care, he would not let his brother die. He reached the level where Druck had fallen and ran. At first there was nothing, then a movement. Druck alive, moving. Cale shouted his name. Druck turned and screamed. The ground beneath him collapsed. Cale dove forward, arms out, but Druck was already gone. Gone again. Swallowed by the mountain, Cale skidded to the edge. There was nothing below but dark. He knelt at the edge, throat burning, rage and grief choked him. He had no magic, he had no voice to command the earth. Just shaking hands, and the sound of Druck's laughter echoing faintly as he fell, getting softer, farther, until it stopped.
Oh, where have you been, my wide-eyed one? I fell from the ridge where the red winds run. I slid down the ice with no place to land, and my brother was laughing, and then lost from my hand. I called out his name, but the cliff wouldn't give. And I dropped through the snow